Hey, it's Greg with the Reality REI tip of the day, coming to you from Paradise Island in the Bahamas. And the tip of the day is if you are selling a property on a lease purchase, or you're doing a lease purchase, don't try to save a buck and just go get a rent or a lease agreement and an option agreement and have your tenant buyer sign them separately and think that everything is okay. There's definitely a lot of things a lot of clauses you're gonna want to have in those things, in each and every one of them separately, to protect you as a landlord and as a seller of that property. In particular, let me give you one example. One thing that you'll want to definitely have in there in your option agreement, and again as a lease purchase you want to have them separate when you're selling a property, which is again different when you're buying. But when you're selling, your option agreement should have some kind of link to the lease agreement, where there's a default on the lease agreement, then there's an automatic default on the option agreement. Because you don't want a tenant who ends up defaulting on their lease, let's say 3 months into a 2-year lease purchase, come back to you, 18 months later and say, hey, I want to buy this house because the let's say the market is on a big upswing and it appreciates over those last 18 months, and they suddenly have the ability to purchase it. If you don't have a link in there that would link those two together, where there's a default on the if there's a default on the lease, there's automatically a default on the option, then you could be in a sticky situation and be obligated to sell to that tenant or that ex-tenant. So that's one of many little things that you should have in your lease purchase or lease option agreements when you sell a property on a lease purchase. That's why, again, I recommend, if you want to, I do sell a course that's got all the clauses that you can ever imagine that are in there. So go ahead and check out the website again, realityrei.com, for the paperwork that you need in order to sell a property on a lease purchase. It's Greg with Reality REI. Tip of the day coming to you from Paradise Island in the Bahamas. Make it a great day.